Let's talk about it. Look, Outlaw up already. Man, I should have known you was going to be wide awake as soon as that was heard or said. Now, the Art of Dialogue did an interview with Charlie Baltimore. And once again, it's like everybody in the free world is stuck on Tupac and Biggie. Like their careers have amounted to nothing in 30 years. It's like, man, did she ever drop an album? All she was known for was being Biggie's pincushion. But yet, she came out and tried to do it solid. But I like Charlie Baltimore. She can write on raps. You gotta respect that. But the truth of the matter is, she had no bearing on anything with Tupac and Biggie. But she was just there. They went and saw the movie The Longkiss, Goodnight. We already covered that. She was the other party that was there. And that's how she got the name Charlie Baltimore, of course. That was obvious. But she claims that he worked with RZA because she was a huge Wu-Tang fan. And she always wanted him to work with a Wu-Tang member other than Method Man. So he called her and was like, yo, guess who I just did a joint with? The RZA. No, they didn't. But Charlie beat Baltimore was a huge Wu-Tang fan. Even though those two didn't like him. But the juice of it is when she says the Longkiss Goodnight was just a song he was putting together just to work with the RZA, and people are just taking things out of it and making whatever they want out of it. And Tupac was gone when he made that record, and Biggie wouldn't do that. And I'm like, does she know the person you're sleeping with? Who do you think Puff was talking about on the records? Puff thought a lot of people thought Puff was talking about Tupac. Puff was talking about Suge. In case you guys didn't understand what Puff was saying on the record. The it y'all started is never gonna stop. And we ain't talking about no other rappers. We talking about you, man. You know who we talking to. We coming for you. We coming for you. But Puff already dissed. He had the first diss on Tupac when Hit 'Em Up first dropped. Was Puff on the B-side mixtape when they played Hit 'Em Up. But when she came out and said, like, I'm like, what is she talking about? That's Puffy. All that is Diddy telling her what to say in that interview to try to clean that up. They've been trying to do that for years. Puff cleaned it up and was like, no, that's not nothing to do with Pop. I'm flaming cats, aiming at these effing maniacs. Put my name in rap. What part of the game is that? Like they hustle backwoods. I hustle backwoods and Dutch. What other maniacs was putting his name in raps? Slugs missed you. We ain't mad at you. We ain't mad at you. Blood rushes, concussions, ain't nothing. Catch cases come out frontin', smoking something. Slugs chest hit your spine, flatline, heard through the grapevine. You got F'd 4 times. Damn, that 3 to 9 messed you up for real though. Swing still slow. Ask for remorse, we feel no. Laugh now, cry later. I rhyme greater than your average player hater, a spectator who buy my CD twice. They see me on the streets, they be like, yo, you nice. But that's on the low though. Lick shots, woke your seat up. Go in the ashtray, spark the weed up. Longkiss. I had to explain that song for people who never understood what it meant. When he was like, lick shots, woke your seed up. That's another double entendre that he used a lot in rhymes that Big used to drop. What he was talking about was Pac getting shot in the nuts. And after getting shot in the nuts and all that, he went up top to where Puff and Andre Harrell was at, and they was helping him out. He went in the ashtray, grabbed a blunt that was in there, sparked it up, started smoking. Tupac was dissed so many times on that album, it wasn't even funny. Ray and Ghost got it, Nas got it, what's his name got it, Smith and Wesson. The Roots, that was mainly because of the Roots. The Roots was dissing them when they was holding up the champagne, talking about never do what they do. Never do what they do, what they do, what they do. Never do. And they had the champagne glass fronting, like, look, they fronting all the time. So the Roots was dissing them, and Biggie was their biggest fan. He used to take the Roots into clubs and be like, yo, play this joint off the Roots. But the Roots never knew that. So when they did that, they basically played themselves. That was a guy that was helping them. I know. My team in the Marine Blue 6 coupe, skeeted out, heated out, cleaning out the block from distances, sending long kisses. I mean, it was blatant. That's what got him smoked. You kidding me? He did that live on the radio in LA. It was already pretty much gonna go down, but that made it. That was like, yeah, it's really on. You know how much of a violation that is? Man. He said them shots was for Puff. Big Gene said them shots was for Puff, not Big. That's 100% not true. If they could have gotten Puff, they would have. Don't think Puff wasn't a target on the list too. I ain't gonna say that he was like the main target, but Puff and Big, the main staff, like it was known through LA that the hits coming. I have knowledge from hearing from somebody who was there on the staff, period. Who told me to get out of LA after Big was hit, they had to drive to Las Vegas to get on a plane to get out of there. Because it was too hot to go to any airport in Los Angeles. They didn't trust it. Big was ready to get out of LA. You know, that's something that Puff gonna have to deal with for the rest of his life. He said Puff is over it, trust me. Yeah, until it's time to make some more money off Big. Of course. Once the beef is over, that was that. But the whole thing was it never should have been a beef with Big and Pac in the first place. Big never did anything wrong to that man. We don't let that be known right now. Quit saying Biggie's homeboy is the one that did it, because he's not Biggie's homeboy. Biggie just knew of him and warned him about hanging with him. Big didn't roll with Jack like that. Pac was rolling with Jack no more than that. And Jack ain't the one that set him up. Pac, and that's the only thing with Pac that I have a problem with. He deliberately drugged some innocent people in it, knowing they didn't have nothing to do with it. But dissing them ain't gonna mean anything. Biggie was on top of the rap game. So you gotta come after Biggie. And he felt like y'all ain't down with me. Y'all turned y'all backs on me. So screw it. I'm finna mess y'all rep up. So what he was portraying a lie and letting people believe Big had something to do with it and creating a mystery when he knew the whole truth when he was in Rikers. He knew before he was in Rikers. He knew everything from the jump. That's why in that interview, I was like, why is he portraying this lie? Biggie, what happened? Biggie, who shot me? You're like, come on. He knew the guys because he seen them before. They all knew. His whole crew knew who the people was, even in the masks. They knew. They knew what the situation was. Pac knew. None of it had nothing to do with Big or Puff. Or Andre Harrell. Biggie didn't know nothing. Biggie didn't have nothing to do with it. Big's in the studio working on another song. They not even working over there with dude. Nobody knew Tupac was coming there. Y'all making it like Tupac was the biggest star in the world at the time. He was not. He was bigger than all of them. But Pac was just a rapper coming to do another song on somebody's joint. Me Against the World wasn't out yet. He was the I Get Around, Keep Your Head Up guy. He did Poetic Justice. But in the real world, he was like just, that's Pac. He's an artist and all that, but he wasn't like, and what would Big them get for crossing Tupac? Big just finna take over the spot. Pac wasn't the number one rapper in the world. At what time was Tupac the number one rapper in the world at that time? So it wasn't like Pac was on top of everything and Big just took it from him. Pac became big in jail. We know Pac was known, okay? I Get Around, Brenda's Got a Baby. I have those albums. I knew of Pac before all of the Death Row Pac. Most of y'all just know Death Row Pac. Or Me Against the World is where y'all got introduced. That's why Me Against the World was like that. It was all introspective. Pac, the photos he took with him with the glasses on. He's not throwing up any gang signs or West Side and flashing thug life tattoos or nothing like that. It's just him being Tupac Shakur, the artist, the regular man. All the songs was basically mellow until you got down there to the end of the album. But it was an introspective album. And people was like, man, this is one of his best albums. And he was going to make another one just like that. But he had recorded songs and had the album about ready to come out. And you hear them now, they all mixed up on all different type of records. Who Do You Believe In was another song that he had on there. That was going to be on the album. Who do you believe in? I put my faith in God, blessed I'm still breathing. And even though it's hard, that's who I believe in. So Who Do You Believe In was going to be on that album. That was his introspective album. He was finna go back to doing those type of records. He wasn't finna do any more beef records. And all that was going to be on the Outlaws album. And do all that. He was like getting off the war thing, but then other people kept stepping up. So his battle wasn't with Biggie no more. He was like, I'm leaving Biggie them alone. Like, unless they come out and say something, then I got to come back. But other than that, I'm just going to quit because they obviously not battling back. So I ain't going to just keep mashing on him. His thing was bigger than Biggie. But when he saw Ice Cube on what he was doing, Oh, it was time. Oh, Q did what he always do. Steal. Yeah, pretty much. That's what I was saying. Ooh, man, they just knocked everybody off. Damn. Damn. How am I hating on Tupac? I'm just telling you the truth. I'm one of Tupac's biggest fans. But you gotta be honest. I'm telling y'all the truth. Biggie never did none of that, man. And it cost everybody their lives. So at the end of the game, you know, I just wish Pac kept it 100 with the people who really it was. You know, like he did in the Vibe interview. And that damn writer was too much of a coward to put in print what Pac said because he was scared for his life. Kevin Powell gonna change their names up. So now, you know, they know Pac in their talk. To damage his reputation. Pac was protected while he was in Rikers. He had people from the Bronx looking out for him. He had other people that was protecting him. So he was good. Somebody as big as Tupac, you can't have those people being assaulted in jail. They're not gonna let Mike Tyson be assaulted in jail. You're not gonna have any high profile person like Tupac who got Madonna visiting him. You have all these celebrities coming to visit your jail. That means you have power. That means you got control more than the damn warden. He got to make sure your stay is as comfortable as possible because you a high profile person. That means if anything happens to you, that is going to get broadcast on the news. In the prisons, in the A system, they don't want to be on the news. So they don't want to be seen. They don't want to be known. They want to stay quiet. They want no noise, quiet, silence. They don't need no interference. They don't want anybody trying to sound like them, be like them. Oh no, the R. Kelly video should be coming out sometime tonight. The new YouTube policy and all that stuff they put in effect start messing up with a lot of stuff. They went and destroyed my video. The video in which I'm telling y'all about the policy. They say that video violated the policy. Goofy. But I tell you what. Let's do it this way. Because she's way off. I mean, the song was so blatantly directed at Tupac that I remember after I first listened, I was just like, whoa. From the moment the song kicked off, and he gets to, "We ain't mad at you." I said, "Oh my God, this dude is really going in on Pac." Like, we couldn't believe it, and like everybody knew. Like, it was so blatant. Everything in that song is about Pac. So when Charlie Baltimore said that, I'm like, oh my God. Like, you might as well not even, if you don't want to do it, do like Puff do. Don't even talk about it. But when you trying to talk about it, like you finna clean it up. Like, no, I'm gonna clean it up and just so people can know. People just taking things and making things bigger than what they were. Okay. Well, who do you think he was talking to or talking about when he was talking about slugs go touchy touchy? You bleeding lovely with your spirit above me or beneath me. Your whole life you live sneaky. Now you rest internally sleepy. I'm like, rest where the worm and the weak be. My 9 flies, baptized, rap guys. With the Holy Ghost, I holds the most. You hold your toes shaky, slipping, trying to break me. Look what you made me do. Brains blue. My team in a marine blue. 6 coup. Skeet it out. Weed it out. Cleaning out. The block from distances. Giving long kisses. Bitch. Who do you think that person was? I mean, you could try to say, put any other rapper in it. He basically is telling you exactly who he's talking about. Now, Puffy on the record screaming in the background, he talking about Suge. Right. Heard through the grapevine you got L 4 times. Damn, that 3 to 9 messed you up for real, though. Swing still slow. Ask for remorse, we feel no. I mean, yeah, he gave it to the Roots and what's his name? Buckshot and Boot Camp and all of them. Strange and all them, they got it on the song too. But he just gave them a little bit. Niggas mad cause I blew, niggas envious. Too many niggas on my dick, shit strenuous. God Bless the Dead is about another guy that they knew named Biggie Small. That's not him. There's another guy named Biggie Small. I don't even think that Biggie rapped. That was just his street name. Now, in case you don't know where the name Biggie Smalls come from, it's from the movie Let's Do It Again. Hiawatha Smalls, known as Biggie. Kansas City man. So we grew up on that. So it was a lot of people called Biggie Smalls at that time. Hiawatha Smalls, baby. I know, Biggie couldn't drive. That's why it was so funny in the Can't Hold Me Down video with Eddie Griffin. And you see Biggie behind the wheel of the car getting pulled over. It was funny. That was like comedy in motion for everybody who knew Big, because Big couldn't drive. Didn't know how to drive. Didn't want to drive. That's what Eddie Griffin cracked me up. Why are you talking to me? I'm in the passenger seat. Do it look like a steering wheel's in front of me right now? Why are you talking to me? He's the driver. Man, Biggie dude was dying laughing making that damn video. How much did Puffy pay me? Why would Puffy be paying me to say what I'm saying? Why would Puff pay me when clearly it's his fault Big is gone? Puff will be paying me to say stuff like that? He was under a false sense of security because Suge was in jail. That's on him. He didn't take the threat seriously. And because he didn't, this is where we end up. Thank y'all who hit that Cash App up too. I appreciate that. The Carcino Cash App, thank y'all. Everybody who hit the like button. I guess I gotta tell that for all the new people. Shouts out to AJ who brought the Art of Dialogue interview to me. I wouldn't say all that, but I'm not saying I'm a huge Art of Dialogue fan. Some videos they make I like, a lot of it I don't. And the reason why I don't like it because they focus only on drama and Biggie and Pac and the what happened that night. I'm like, dog, talk about something real. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's get some real. Let's talk about some of the music. Let's talk about other stuff. God damn, dog. How many times we gonna go back to that night? Now let's think about it. You was the guy mopping the floor for the Harris Casino that night. Tell us what you saw. Man, I saw a lot of cars going by, man, because they were all going in that direction. So when they were all going and flying in that direction, and I saw all the cars going in, I was saying to myself, that car looked fishy. And all of a sudden, here come fire. You know, anything they can. So, you know, I just, to each his own, man. You know, let them do what they do. I just think it's blatantly excessive. They doing it just for hits and views. You know, and it's, I mean, you're going to do that, you do it, you're going to get successful, go ahead and do it. I'm just like, man, just offer the people something more. You know, you just feeding these frenzy cats that just want to keep jumping at the same damn thing. Didn't they just do an interview with, who is the damn cop? The no good cop, Reggie Wright. Didn't they just do an interview with Reggie Wright? I'm quite sure it was them. If it's not them, I apologize. But I think it was the Art of Dialogue. They did an interview with Reggie Wright. And Reggie Wright basically said the same damn thing he's been saying for the past 2-3 times when he was on Bombs First. I mean, nothing new. It was the same damn thing. So I'm like, it's the same thing he just said 2-3 years ago. And we saying it here again. Why? For money. Of course he gonna be fired outlaw, because he gonna make Tupac interviews. And if I just did Tupac interviews all damn day and talked about everybody in the group 24 hours a day, we finna call up and interview this person that was there the night Tupac, and then I'm gonna have some catchy title about this man saw the gun. You gonna click it, ain't you? It's clickbait type stuff, man. But hey, to each his own. The thing with Charlie, I watched that one, so they got my attention there. Like I said, some of their stuff is okay. A lot of it I don't like. I don't like the clickbaity stuff. But it ain't just them. It's anybody that does that. I'll be like, look, that's just stuff I don't get into. Like, I don't even look at that profit muscles. There's some people like, man, profit muscle. I'm like, all of it's clickbait. Every single one of it. He rip it off IG, put it up on his page, and it's all clickbait title. Got nothing to really do with any of it. And that's what I'm talking about. And people will send me a clip from that saying, because they just read the title. So they'll just send me the clip, and I'll be like, this said nothing about, this had nothing to do with what this title is. And where'd they get that from? And then it's always the same person. I'll be like, can't do it. So I don't even believe anything that comes up with him. I don't even watch it. You know, and that's what these other dudes do. This is what ACT does. This is what all these people do who want to get hits and views and clicks and all that craziness. I'm just going to give it to you straight. I'm going to give you everything. Because that's what we do in life, is everything. They tried to come to me and tell me, like, Cena, this is what you need to do. You need to cut out all that extra stuff you do. I'm going to show you how to get to the top, man. I ain't going to say who was telling me all this, but somebody bigger than me, bigger channel than me, back when the truth behind videos was already blowing up, wanted to tell me how to run my page and what I need to do and how to play the game. So, and they didn't come from a negative space. They came from a space of trying to help me out. They said, yo, man, your page is doing nice, man. You coming up fast. I'm going to tell you how to stay there, man. Look, all you need to do is you need to start setting up all these provisions, man. And start getting a better production camera. And then get you, save up the money, man. Get you a little studio room. Get a green screen. And that way you can put some screenshots up. And then, this is what you should do. You got to change your titles and be like showing some images, and making it look like something. Like, you got to show some people, like, look like they crying and stuff. And people going to want to see that. They see a face with somebody crying. They want to know what's going on. So you got to use that. Then, what you got to do is cut out all that other stuff you talked about. You know how you was talking about Mayweather, boxing? Nobody care about that. Now, if Mayweather was in the club with T.I. and 50 Cent, then you could talk about that. But nobody want to hear about boxing. They don't want to hear about basketball. They don't want to hear about nothing about how your day was. Just keep doing the hip-hop. And I'm going to tell you, we going to get you on World Star. Right? Then we'll take the thing, right? After you're going to get on World Star, it's going to go everywhere. Your video going to spread. Then you going to go all the way up the algorithms. Right? And we're going to change your titles. And you got to put, like, wow, this just happened. And you put the artist's name in there. Wow, did this artist do this? Breaking, this is happening right now. I'm like, yeah. Now, they cracked down on some of that stuff. So you don't see that much anymore. When people with those, wow, can you believe this? Like they cut down on that. But back then, that was everywhere. Everything was, wow, breaking news right now. I only use breaking news if there's some breaking news. That's all. I'm like, well, if it ain't breaking news, ain't no need to talk about it. So I said, well, I don't want to do that because I don't do the same thing every day. I mean, I like spaghetti, but do I want to eat spaghetti every day? If I ate spaghetti every day, I'm not gonna like it probably no more. Same thing I told them. I'm like, what's your favorite meal? But if they told you got to eat that every day, you ain't gonna like it. Same thing over here. You're not going to like it. And that, my friend, is the difference. Definitely subscribe to the page. Yeah, I shouldn't even have to tell you that. If you're new here, even if you subscribe, check to make sure you subscribe. And if you're not getting your notifications, hit the URL up, hit that send feedback button, tell them, hey, I'm not getting my notifications for this channel, and I hit the notification bell. All my alerts are turned on. Don't try to play me. What's going on? So that needs to be addressed. Meanwhile, I got to get out of here. It's been cool. I got to roll. One.